So thank you, Instagram, for sending me down a rabbit hole the last 2 days. I now thoroughly believe that Charlie Kirk was ended by a certain country, a little tiny country. You may have heard of it. It has a white flag with blue stripes and a little funky little star on it, from the Middle East. And then, also the Twin Towers were brought down by that same country in accordance with some other country a little farther east in the Middle East. And what else did I learn? That fluoride is causing tooth decay and root canals that will eventually kill you and make a big pharma a lot of money. And Taylor Swift has planned out her next 10 years of her life and is sending out Easter eggs in everything she does. Thank you, Instagram. G-Talk.
That is quite the search engine there.
As my screen says, I'm in a rabbit in a hole because I went down
in a hole.
And you're struggling to connect because we've had connection issues today.
Yeah, doing this late, but happy to be here nonetheless.
We're here, my man. What's going on with you?
Nothing much. Speaking of Taylor Swift, I just heard that she turned down to perform for the Super Bowl.
And you know what? Good for her. Do you know why?
I don't.
Apparently, the NFL, like they don't make enough money. And listen, this is just secondhand knowledge. They haven't announced it. I know the game's on, and my guess is going to be Dua Lipa. I'm not sure because even Adele told them to go after themselves, but it might be Adele. Who knows? But
she turned it down as well. I heard it was.
So it is okay. So it probably is going to be Dua Lipa. We'll see. But Taylor Swift said something according to what the report said, what Instagram said. Thanks, Instagram, that NFL doesn't like to pay them. Them being the performers, which is total bullshit. It's like you make whatever I don't have my sound effect up, a crap ton amount of money, and you're not willing to pay the performers. And they're like, well, you should do it for the exposure. And she's like, bitch, I got enough exposure. Like, and quite frankly, the NFL can say, you're welcome, by the way, because we've helped you with that exposure. And so has your boyfriend, but, or fiance. But good for her. It's like, listen, I learned something in banking a long time ago. And having been, banked a lot of different professionals and stuff like that. Are you frozen? Uh-oh. Shoot. I'll pause here real quick. Little hiccup on your end.
Yeah, some technical difficulties. It's raining over here, so
struggling to connect is on another level. But so what I was saying before, actually remember, I don't want to preview that just yet. What I was saying before was like what I learned in banking with like banking different people and stuff and different professionals. One of the things they told me, like doctors and lawyers and stuff, is that people they know and friends and stuff, we're talking about Taylor Swift telling the NFL to basically, she shook them off and told them to go away. And not that she has bad blood with them or anything, but she needs to get paid for her services. She's a professional. And if my attorney friend said it best, if you're going to ask me questions about the law, that's what I went to school for. This is what I do. Like, no offense, but make an appointment with my paralegal and or my secretary, and I'll get you in and we'll talk about it. Or a chiropractor or a doctor or something. You want my services? Hey, I'll give you a discount if you'd like as a friend, but you still got to pay me. And just because the NFL, let's be honest, has made a pretty penny off of Taylor Swift in the last few years off of the Travis Kelce thing, they definitely promoted the crap out of her. They think they're going to get her for free. I don't think so. You know what I mean? It's like, saw we Tay no play like that. You know what I mean? And good for her.
So every performer in the past, they don't get paid?
They don't get paid. That's essentially nothing.
So, like for example, remember, um, I think what last year? Who was last year?
Oh, I don't even know. That's a.
Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, he didn't get paid.
Uh, he didn't get paid. Did you see the amount of stuff that was in the field when Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Dre, Mary J. Blige? That was like a lot of things on in the field. Like
It was
they
a
put a
it was a production. Yeah, sure. They paid for it,
yeah, and how many hundreds of
or he paid
dancers
for it.
like
Yeah, he paid
so
for it.
that came out of
Yeah,
his pocket.
yeah. It came out of his pocket. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
His production company or whatever. I'm pretty sure. I'll look it up. You know, when I edit this, I'll figure it out. Um, no,
So, so
he didn't get paid. No, none of them get paid.
how much? Okay, so he had well over 100 dancers there. He got to pay him something.
Oh, of course.
Um,
Maybe.
and not to mention the choreography on it was immaculate. You know that. Uh, wow.
You didn't.
I want to Google this.
You didn't know. Google it now if you want. You didn't know that they don't get paid. The NFL has been throwing this bullshit out. Remember what I think it wasn't it Katy Perry who didn't she do it one year and she came out like maybe I'm thinking it was the World Cup or something. I swear it was
Oh,
Katy
she
Perry
did.
and she was on
She
top of some
performed.
big ass lion or some nonsense. Wasn't she on top of
Um, Lady
on
Gaga was on top of something very, very tall.
Google it real quick. I'm pretty sure
Let's see.
none
No,
of
the
them get
NFL.
paid.
No, the NFL does not pay large performance fees to the Super Bowl halftime show, covering only expenses and providing modest union mandated payments. The real payment for these high profile gigs comes from the immense exposure, which significantly increases music sales and streams, boosting an artist's brand and profile for years to come. So,
Let me ask you a question. Do you think Taylor Swift needs more exposure? I mean, please.
no, she's more famous than Trump.
She's more famous than anybody in the NFL combined right now. It's good for
By
her.
far,
Good
by
for her.
far. And not for nothing, not for nothing. And I don't have the information in front of me, but if Taylor Swift was to perform the Super Bowl, I mean that alone, people that never watch football will tune in just for the halftime show.
I mean, kid,
I mean,
Swifties have been tuning in for football for the last 2 years. They don't give a damn about football.
well,
You know what I mean?
they watch the Kansas City games in hopes of getting the 4 second camera view, that a lot of people are very upset about. She's running the
Listen,
game.
the NFL made out big when they were in Vegas, and we did a pod about it. I chopped it up, and there's like 10 fucking chopped up parts of the pod of me bashing Travis Swift online right now, and the picture of them kissing in Vegas, and that the NFL got the Super Bowl they wanted, and it's like, and they got the moment they needed, and dramatic end to a Super Bowl or whatever. I didn't actually, I don't remember even seeing the Super Bowl. I didn't see that Super Bowl. I skipped it. I was so sick of football, whatever. I didn't even watch it. So I think it was against the 49ers or something. I don't even remember. Who did they beat when they were in Vegas? I think it was the 49ers. Like, didn't it go to like the overtime or some nonsense?
I believe it was the Niners.
Yeah. Um, the NFL has been riding Swift's coattails for the last, I mean, two years, I guess. They've gotten enough. And, listen, I'm not going to pretend to know the negotiations that go behind the scenes with a star of her caliber and a league of this caliber. Let's be honest. They're the biggest show on earth. And I don't know if we talked about this in the pod. Remember, I know we talked about this off air, I guess you could call it, where I said the reason why the NFL, like networks and like streaming services are tripping over each other to pay all this money for the NFL. Do you remember that conversation?
Yes,
Do
yes.
you remember what I said?
Yeah. Oh goodness, that was a long time ago, Chad. I don't remember exactly. That was what, last week. Uh,
Yeah, I know how your brain
um,
works. Let me remind you real quick. The conversation was about broadcast news. We talk about Jimmy Kimmel. Remember that?
Yes, yes, yes.
And
That
how do you remember now about broadcast and watching it on YouTube? Go ahead. Just
yeah, how the streaming end of it is the most popular versus live TV and
right. Which
regular
kills
cable.
ad revenue if you're trying to go on YouTube to watch it the next day, like the monologue. I have YouTube Premium. I'm not trying to rep. There's nothing better. It
Hmm.
skips all the ads. I don't ever have to watch an ad ever. So I never see ads on YouTube, and I spend probably about 75% of my screen time, watching stuff on YouTube. But what's the one thing we can't watch on YouTube at least? Well, at the next day. What are you not going to watch tomorrow morning on YouTube that you could easily have watched today?
The game.
The game. When it comes to football, baseball, basketball, and hockey, those things happen live. And that's why
Mhm.
all these networks are tripping over themselves, including Amazon Prime, which is very smart. And even Netflix eventually is going to get in the game. And YouTube tried it, although they fumbled it by doing some nonsense. I think they've learned their lesson with the Rio game. Um,
Mhm.
they realize there's very few things that people will come together as groups en masse in bars and in restaurants and at home. Football is number
Mhm.
one, sports in general. So they'll pay through the nose for it. So the NFL knows that, and there's nothing like the NFL because, like, listen, if you're a baseball fan, I'm not going to demean playoff sports, all the leagues. I think there's nothing like playoff hockey. It's pretty crazy, but you don't have to watch every game. You just want to watch Game 7, right? It's the end or the last one. Same thing with baseball, and to some case basketball, but basketball's a little bit more popular, I would say, than even baseball or hockey. I'll see if I could pull up something on Google to back it up. But nothing beats football, kid. It's one game. Even college
Mhm.
football, it's one game. It's not a series. You
Yeah,
got to watch that game, right?
yeah.
And it's the number one draw. And revenue is through the roof for the NFL. I'm going to put a bunch of stuff on screen when I edit this to prove what I'm talking because we always bring the receipts, right, kid? We always bring the receipts here at the G Talk.
Yeah.
Um, so the Super Bowl has now become truly the biggest event. So much so, I predict, and it's a safe prediction, that it won't. You know how we talked about WrestlePalooza with ESPN and
Mhm.
WWE? How they had. I don't even know how that went. You said you didn't watch it, right? WrestlePalooza.
No.
But you used to watch WrestleMania, right?
Yeah, and, I'm a huge wrestling fan.
It was
And
the
ask me
it was a
anything
big,
from 80s and 90s. 80s,
right?
90s, early 2000. I can answer any question.
I mean, tell me how many people were at the Pontiac Superdome for WrestleMania 3. Everybody knows it.
A little over 97,000.
97,000, right? If you include the floor seats, right? Everyone knows that was the biggest event ever at that time. Well,
The biggest indoor
yeah.
crowd for any sporting event. And that took for years and years.
Real quick, what was the number one moment in that whole thing? Go ahead and say it.
The number one moment was when Hulk Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant.
Yep, the passing of the torch, right? Because he had to get
Yeah.
Andre's permission. But I don't want to make this whole wrestling thing because it'll go off in a whole thing. But even ESPN's getting into the game with wrestling, and they realize these events, even the scripted ones, you want to see it live, and they're like, shit.
Mhm.
If we're kind of paying a lot for college football, and they're kind of losing some of the broadcast rights for NFL, they're like, what's another event? UFC. Oh, wrestling. Okay, that makes sense because they're
Mhm.
not literally beating each other. It's a little more family friendly in a way. Long story short, what I'm trying to say here is with the NFL, they're they're a little high on their own supply. They think that even Taylor Swift will work for free and Tay Tay no play, like I said before. No, 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 no. I'm the hottest act on the planet. You, like the rest of my fans who I love, have to pay to play. So she told them, peace out. Bye bye.
Yeah, no.
And the
Um,
NFL thought they were bigger than her, and she told them no.
I No, I don't blame her. Good for her. She has a lot of backup singers, a lot of performers that perform with her, her band. She is very generous with her incomes,
Yep.
not only with her employees, but also with the towns that she performs in. She
Yep.
donates a lot to their food banks. So to go and take, I mean, how many weeks does it take to prepare for something so big?
I
You know,
mean,
it's so. Yeah, no, good for her. And you know what? It's too bad for the NFL because I think if you would have offered something that is reasonable, maybe she would have considered it, and it would have been hands down the best Super Bowl show of all flipping time. It would have beaten Michael Jackson. It would have beaten. That would have been it. You know that's like the
yeah.
holy grail of concerts. You know, and it's
Well,
hard to swallow.
the holy grail for the NFL business wise for NFL fans, I don't think so. I think a lot of them are like, oh, good, she didn't go. I think for the
Uh,
NFL, the NFL is like, oh my God, the Swifties would be watching. There would be, we could charge $7 million every 30 seconds for an ad instead of whatever the hell it was.
yeah.
But real quick, and I want to ask you a question about this, because this is a great topic. Um, I think there's two things I want to say here. Number one, if they paid her and made an exception, they would have had to have paid everyone else forward. It's like you pay one, you got to pay them all, right? And the
Well,
second that, go ahead.
no, I was going to say before, you know, that's already a signed done deal. You know, you can't. Nobody from the past could come and charge, and anybody from the future is like, no, this is for your exposure. You know, Taylor Swift. Um, go ahead, I'll tell you. Yeah, she's special. You know, that's.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that you're not. I'm not saying that you're not special. All I'm saying is that you know you're gonna get exposed. She doesn't need exposure. She, you know,
I
kind
think
of
the
hooked us up.
I think the NFL would have gotten exposed if they paid her because every other artist after that would have been like, I don't think so. And they all would have banded together as they should and tell the NFL to see you later. But the second point I want to make is they probably, again, I don't know the backings of Frank about the negotiations, but I could only imagine these greedy mother bleepers there um, saying, whoa, maybe the Chiefs would make it to the Super Bowl. Oh, maybe they're starting the dollar signs and they're like, oh, she's got an album coming out. Of course she's going to do that. And and she's like, wait a minute. Number one, I don't need you. Number two, I don't need you. And number three, my boy's not going to be in your Super Bowl because they're not that good. and and I want him to come with me and we're gonna watch the Super Bowl and have some fun. I don't need to be working that day. I'm gonna take that
Yeah.
day off. So good for her. But listen, you and I would have a blast. I mean, we would probably come on here and do it live. Screw it, we're doing live. But and it would be awesome. But let's be honest. Most football fans, they know of Taylor Swift, but we're taking for granted that they don't give a damn about Taylor Swift. Even if it's Dua Lipa or whatever, they be like, Dua who? Why don't you Dua Lipa out of here and get the heck, bring Kendrick Lamar back. You know what I mean? Like his set last year was insane, right? Did you see his
Eh,
set? It was
I,
insane.
I, I did, but the thing is, it's like I don't like hip hop no more. I don't like rap no more. You know, and anything you know south of 2004, 2005, you
Listen,
know,
I'm not a big rap guy either, but the fact that I kind of knew the references he was making, he roasted Donald Trump in it so hard. He roasted a lot of
yeah,
people. Like it was really good. But
yeah,
again, to put a bow on this, and then I'll throw it back at you, they missed out because they screwed up, but they kind of didn't screw up, kid, because if they paid her this one time and they would have, and even if she said this and donate it to whatever, the freaking cat society of San Francisco or whatever the hell, Northern California, wherever it's being played. I think it's San Francisco. Um, they would have had to have paid everyone else. And they realized this is not a good gig for us to start paying performers for that because
mm,
we're already raking in the dough. We want to keep it for ourselves. We're paying for enough stuff ahead of time. We don't need to pay for a performance. You know what I mean?
mm,
We could get anybody. Their arrogance. We could get anyone to come perform. They come for the game. That's the show. The halftime.
mm.
The only reason why the halftime show is a thing is because of us. So it's kind of a little, So I understand where they're coming from, but I understand where she's coming from too.
Yeah. You know, I was really hoping that she would perform
Me
at the
too.
show, and you know, and there's a lot of people that will say, you know, especially I don't know whoever, like, oh, I'm not a big Taylor Swift fan. You know,
Right.
I don't care for her or for her music or you know, Well, which is fine. Everybody has their own opinion and taste in music. But there was something that stuck out to me when she did her Eras tour, and all these people were forced to go because of their family or girlfriend or wife
Yeah,
that wanted to
yeah,
go.
yeah.
And there's a very I don't know how you want to call him. What's it? Stephen Smith. He's that commentator from ESPN.
Oh,
Very
Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, yeah.
yes, very forward guy.
You could say that.
Rather smart. His daughters forced him to go, and he said in an interview, he said that was hands down the most phenomenal show I've ever seen in my whole entire life, live or in television. She just ruined concerts for everybody else because I don't think that could ever be outdone. Eh,
Taylor Swift, the splendiferous,
so
magnanimous, the colostrous or colostrum or whatever. You know, she she was quite the performer. I gotta say,
dude, you
something
sound
like
like
that.
Macho Man Randy
I
Savage,
don't know.
dude.
I gotta work. I gotta work on my Stephen A. But yeah.
But
What you're saying is that anyone that saw her was won over, right?
yes, exactly. There was tons of people, dude. Her movie, people went in and they didn't know, and they came out. They was like, "Yeah, I'm a Swiftie now."
Oh.
I see the hype. She is outstanding, and I think it would have been great for I don't know, just America could use a little treat.
I think you needed your little treat, and you're a little
Yeah,
disappointed.
yeah, yeah. I admit it. I admit it. Yeah.
That's funny. I again, it right now it's 9:54 my time on Sunday the 28th. I don't know if they've announced it yet or not. I'm guessing it's Dua Lipa, and she's gonna bring a bunch of dancers and shake her ass. She's pretty talented, but she's not Taylor Swift. Sorry.
No, nobody is she's untouchable.
No,
But
she's untouchable. But well, Tay Tay and Trav, hopefully you'll have fun watching the Super Bowl because I don't think you'll be in the Super Bowl, kid. Not the way you, though they played pretty well today against the Ravens. Did you see the
yeah,
game?
that was a pretty impressive win. Defense stepped up. That was really nice.
Though I will say this, how dare I? Because having been a Patriot fan for many, 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 many years, and having people count out Tommy Brady, I should know better than to count out Tommy Brady 2.0, Patrick Mahomes, as we talked about in the last pod. And there's a short online where I compare the two, and I have all the numbers.
Yeah.
Patrick is the goat, the next goat. He's gonna probably be in the AFC title game somehow, and maybe even the Super Bowl, even after a 1-3 start. But I don't think so. I think it'll be Buffalo and Green Bay, who's playing right now in Dallas.
Um,
But so yeah, that's it. So what else is on your mind, kid?
real quick, don't count out. My over
Your
here.
shoulder, your shoulder.
Don't count them out yet. Tomorrow's our first. Will be our first win. We play the
Oh,
Dolphins.
okay.
But let's just see how this goes. Because if we go 0-4, I'm just gonna freaking.
Yeah.
I'm so leaning towards Buffalo.
How dare you? The Jets fans be like, "How dare you?" By the way, I would never count out the Jets because I never counted them in.
Yeah, yeah. There we go. Well done.
Oh,
That was
oh,
good.
oh! There it is. It's
Yeah, no,
these glasses. I can't see the colors, but your Jets have a
no,
ways to go, my friend.
yeah,
They're
that's all
struggling.
right. It's football Sunday. I couldn't find anything to wear. I had to rush because I had connection issues, and I'm like, let me throw my jersey.
Listen, we can't win in everything, but you're winning in that shirt, so or that jersey. So good for you. Um, but what else is going on your mind? What's new in your world?
Same old, same old. I was actually looking forward to. Remember that video I sent you, with that girl that had the nail in her head,
Oh
and
yeah, and I happen to have that on screen. What a coincidence. Go on.
when I saw that, because remember, like when we first met, we started talking about,
Yeah.
how the women are and everything. And when I saw this, like I grabbed my stomach from laughter because I was like, this is it's no such a woman, but it's also right there such a man,
Yeah.
and you're seeing an illustration of one of the biggest things in a relationship, biggest what's the word
She's
I'm looking
got her
for?
nail.
Conflicts. One of the biggest conflicts, which is communication, and
You
this
have a
right here.
nail in your head, he says. It's not about the nail.
Uh, yeah. So if so, so we can't play the audio obviously because
No.
we don't want to get in trouble. But she's saying that she feels this tremendous pressure in her head and is very annoying, and sometimes it's so hard to look past anything because the pain is just there. And she said she's pouring her heart out. And what does the guy say, Ja?
He's basically, I don't have, she keeps talking about how it aches, and it's kind of funny. You can't tell
And
if
look at
she's
his face. That's perfect because that's all of us. Just looking like,
I can't
bro,
tell. She's kind of like talking in a way that and he says, that sounds really hard. He's trying to he's trying to empathize, and she's like,
oh,
yeah,
you gotta
yeah.
put it from the beginning right there, so we can see his part because that is when our very early pods, women need to discuss their problems, men want to fix the problem, and those are the two elements that we kind of clash in. So
Yeah, I was gonna say real quick. Basically, to answer your question, he was like, she's talking in a way where you think she's speaking metaphorically, like it's hard, it hurts, it's aching and stuff like that.
mhm.
And then like you see the nail and you're like, is she still speaking metaphorically or literally? Like the nail hurts and you can't and the guy's just staring and he doesn't know how to respond, but go on. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, and he goes, well, you have a big nail in your head. And she says, it's not about the nail. Don't start. You're not listening to me. No, but I think if you take the nail out, you feel a lot better. You see, you're doing it again. You're
You're
not
doing it
listening.
again.
I just need you to listen to me. And the dude just standing there. You saw his face. He's just stuck like,
He's
okay.
like,
And she continues and continues. And he goes, that must be so hard. And
and
says,
she's like,
yes,
thank you.
thank you. Because all she wanted was to be heard. She didn't want the problems to be fixed. She just wanted to be heard.
Well, repeat if you remember what you said, because it was pretty, I thought it was empathetic and very real about, because we talked about the X plus Y equals Z. Remember? My response was men, like women want men to focus on the X. And for anyone, no one's listening, it's just us, right? So just to remind you, my friend, because it's just you and me, X is the identity, the individual, who like in this case, the girl and what she's all about, and um, kind of her feelings, her emotions, her identity. The Y is what's causing whatever happens, and the Z is the totality of her experience, which is a negative. She's having a negative experience. She's feeling down and aching, and she can't. She's restless and can't sleep, and everything's hard. But the Y, what the guy's focused in on, is the nail in her head. Like literally, she's not focused on the Y. She's focused on the X. Right? She wants him to listen to how
Mhm.
she feels and all that stuff. Men go right to the Y because they're like, oh, I know the X. She's right in front of me, and they try to fix it. And you said something on our conversation. Remember what you said about men, like how we start in two different places from women in situations like this. Do you
Uh,
remember what you said?
that was a long time ago. That was like
Oh, for fuck's sake, that was 3 days
5 years.
ago. Oh my god, do you have a nail in your head? Oh no, you're a Jets fan.
Uh,
That's right.
oh man! Wow.
Touche.
Brumba.
But remember, but we had a conversation after that about the differences between men and women, the way we tackle these things. I mean, don't worry about what you said before, but talk on that. Like, what is the difference that you're touching on here? Why is that 28 million strong. By the way, to give it, it's Jason Headley on. It's called "It's Not About the Nail," and it's on YouTube. Jason Headley, Headley. I'll see if I could link it in there. But what is it about men that that thing hits on? That it like it nails it.
Because it has 28 million views, and I would imagine that 27 million are men, and 27
You
million
think
men
so?
were laughing their asses off
Women
because,
sent it to him.
yeah, that could be it. And the men still didn't get it. Even watching that, they still didn't get it. It was like, well, get the flipping nail out of your head, and problem
Yeah,
solved.
yeah,
And women are like, no, I want to talk about it. It's like, you're saying it hurts, that it bothers you, it's uncomfortable, it's not pleasant, it's but this constant pressure, and we are looking at the problem right there, and we just mention it, and you flip out because you're not getting the answer you were looking for, which and guys are it's difficult for us to understand because it's like, okay, I see the problem, but guys, we're not empathetic to what she's looking for. What she's looking for is just to talk and for somebody to hear her. She doesn't care about the nail. She's complaining about it, but she really doesn't care about it because she just wants to be heard. And men can understand that because it's like, well, I see the problem. Let me fix the problem. She don't want you to fix the problem. She wants you to just listen. And
yeah.
I think it was after the 20th or 25th time that I saw it. It
20.
started making yeah. So I saw number one.
Laughing. It was funny. Yeah.
Yeah, the first 10, 12 times I could not control my laughter because it really, really related to me. I think, have you ever been in a position like that where your ex-wife will say something or your girlfriend will say something and you,
I'm divorced, kid. How do you think that ended up? But go ahead.
but yeah, she says
Uh,
something that is a
Not good.
clear, clear answer, easy answer to it. And be like, oh, well, this is the answer. And that's not what she's looking for. What she's looking for is to talk more than anything.
We become emotional mechanics, right? It's like my heart's not turning over. I have the key in the ignition, and then we go, well, is there gas in the car? Is there oil in the car? It's like we become emotional mechanics. And as you see, I'm playing it again. Um, the second she turned to the nail, the look on his face
But
is
his
so good.
face, that's the part. He says, well, you do have a nail in your 8 points. This
It's
is
not
it's
about the
not about the
nail.
nail.
Are
Are
you
you sure? Because
sure?
I mean, stop trying to.
Listen, yeah, I'm
I'm just
just
trying to
pointing
find
it
out that
out.
maybe
Yeah.
the nails. Like, you always do this. You always try to fix things. You see?
But the funny thing is, I think what you need, see, right there, kid. I think what you need. She doesn't want you to think. She wants you to
Hmm.
listen. I
Yeah.
think what you need. That's when it comes to, yeah, see, anyone that's a guy, like, I guarantee that no one's listening to this shit. But if they did, I guarantee male and female would split right down the middle. Men would agree with us if we went down one road. Women would agree with us if we went down another road. I'm not going to go down any of the roads. By the way, that's funny. They go to kiss and he hits.
Yeah.
I mean, the funny thing here is they're kind of both right, correct? I mean, but this is not about them being. It's not about who's right because he is right. She's got a effing nail in her head. And let me stop this. Shane Gillis is going to come on. I've been listening to Shane Gillis. He's been on Instagram, and I keep listening to his stand up. He was. Did you ever hear Shane Gillis on the ESPYS when he did the ESPYS monologue? Look up Shane Gillis ESPYS monologue, dude. Talk about some uncomfortable. He told some jokes where the crowd did not laugh, and I was losing my mind. It was hilarious. It was so uncomfortable. But long story short, it's not about being right. And men will say he was right. And you know what, kid? He was right. She did have a nail in her head, correct?
Yeah.
She
Mhm.
did. And maybe it would help her if she dealt with the nail. He was right. The thing was, she was right because she's seeing it from her point of view. And when a woman is seeing something from her point of view, I'm paying attention, women, um, they're always right. And that's what men can't get around. You have to let her be right, or else you'll be left behind. See how that
I
works?
think, and I think if you remember, I don't know if it was pod three or it was one of the very very early pods, and I said something to the effect that in a relationship, much like this couple that we just seen, the man has a very simple choice. You could either be right or you could be happy.
Yeah. Yes.
You can't be both.
You can't be both. And you by the way, I don't remember what pod that was. I think it was multiple pods because we talked about dealing with women and how sometimes common sense, sorry ladies, I'm being real. Common sense is not a place that you want to go down. You just sometimes just need to and and listen. And we agreed we're not good at that because we're men. That's how it goes. But
Uh,
we're trying,
uh,
right?
yeah, no, I mean, women are not going to let common sense interrupt their arguments. And us, unlike men, that when we argue, we have the need to make sense. So it's
Sometimes too much. Too much. We have to make
yeah, if,
sense.
like for example, this dude right here, he made total sense. Like, yeah, take this stuff out of your head, you'll feel better. We could talk about something else.
You're assuming though that she doesn't already realize she's got a nail in her head, right? And she's looking to get that energy out a different way. Like men
Mhm.
look to get energy out like what we're doing now. We're talking about, we're laughing about it, we're making jokes about it. And not to say that women don't do the same thing, but in that moment in time, she's looking to connect with someone to get that energy out of how she
Mhm.
feels about it. You don't think she realizes she's got a fucking nail in her head? She said it's
Yeah.
not about the nail because she wasn't surprised when he told her that she had a nail in her head. She knew it, and that's kind of that's where women. I won't speak for women because I'm not one, and I cannot pretend to be even if I tried. No matter how much I tuck it between. Okay, we'll move on. But hey,
Oh my God.
I remember the last pod where I talked about walking in with someone holding their hand into the bathroom.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I cut that up. That's pretty popular online. But my point is, um, women, at least in my life, act a lot like this woman, but not literally like with the nail. Obviously, that's humorous, and it's there's a word for it where it's like way over the top, right?
Mhm.
It's ridiculous, right? It's almost like that other video we talked about before in one of our earlier pods. What is it called? With the guy complimenting everybody. What was that called? Validation.
Validation.
That was another video that was extreme. The guy was going to the extremes of complimenting people, whatever, and he was trying to get the attention of the girl and compliment her, and she refused his advances. It wasn't advances; it was emotional connection or whatever. Actually, I thought it was superficial, to be honest with you. And and she realized he's not trying to get to know me, the X. He's already going to the Y. That the validation video. I'll see if I could post it in a little thing when I edit it. That's another way of a guy going right to the Y. He wants to connect with her and sees him in the Z. He wants to Z her together with him. But he goes right to the Y. And she's like, he's not connecting with me, the X. He doesn't know me. He thinks that he could come just like all the other people in the, for those who don't know this, it's called Validation on YouTube. I'll see if I could put it on screen. A
Mhm.
great video. And it's in black and white. It's shot so amazing. We featured it in an earlier pod. Again, I don't know who I'm talking to. It's just you and me. But at the end of the day, she said to him, kid, you're not getting to know me, the X, right? You're trying to go right to Y. You're trying to connect us by telling me, all these things to make me feel better. And why don't I smile? I'm going to get you to smile. He's going to go right to the Z, or, Y and Z, X plus Y equals Z. X is the identity. Y is the purpose or the reason. And then Z is the totality of the experience, right? So he sees the girl, the X. He figures out why. Oh, she's not smiling. I'm going to make her smile. And Z, she'll be happy. It's an equation. I'll figure it out. And she's like, no, 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 you don't know me, the X. You don't understand why I'm feeling this way. And it's not because you're focusing in on my smile. there's something underneath that that's causing the lack of smile. And it's, issues she had. And I won't spoil it. Go see it. It's a brilliant video, just like this one. But at the end of the day, Frank, it's no different than this video with the nail. X plus Y equals Z. The guy goes right to the Y and skips the X, the identity of the woman, and understanding from her point of view how she's feeling, not even how she's feeling, because that's too, it's how it's changing her, like how it's manifesting inside of her and changing her ethos, her identity. She's sitting there spilling the guts to him, saying like, I can't sleep. I'm aching. It's changing who I am inside, the X, who I am as a woman. And you're not listening to me. Fuck the nail, the Y. We'll get to that eventually. I could figure that out myself. I just need to get this energy out. I need you to understand. Someone needs to understand what I'm going through, the X. Someone needs to feel my pain and understand my pain, which is tied to the X, before we even fix it. Does that make sense?
Mm.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I'm just gonna because I've taken your, I've been hearing you say this for a while, for quite a few months, and I've been trying to say it through your eyes. So, okay, so X is the subject.
The identity, the individual, yes.
It could be an identity, it could be a situation.
It could be,
Uh,
yeah. It could be.
okay. Y is the action.
It's the action, correct. It's the reason,
Oh,
it's the impetus, it's the action, it's the catalyst, it's the motivation. It's the thing that takes X to a Z, to a final point.
right. Which is the conclusion or outcome of the equation
Correct.
of the identity or situation plus the action equals the Z.
The Z, the end
So,
point.
okay, so with this being said, and I've been giving this a lot of thought. Okay, so it may be easier to identify the X because the X is normally the subject, whether it is myself as a person, you as a person, or a situation of whatever it is. Let's call it. Um, I don't know. I don't want to go too much into it, but I don't know my why, but I do want to know what my Z is. No, I know what I want Z to be
Correct.
because that's what I'm looking for. So now my job is, let's say, for example, I want to get to 1,000 followers on YouTube.
Right.
Um, that's my Z. That's what I want for my Z. Me, you, this G Talk podcast is the X.
Correct.
Okay, so the equation has to mix with Y so I could
Hmm.
get the Z that I want. So I guess the Y for this example would be we have to obviously do more work, put
Right.
more stuff out there,
Yep.
promote it a little bit more, and keep pushing to finally get to the Z. So it's not 2 + 2 = 4 because that's easy and there. It's an action as I said. So is am I in the
It,
ballpark?
it, yeah, I don't want to confuse you. It could be a number of things. I could also put a motivation in there. Like, what
Yeah.
is our motivation to want to get to 1,000 followers? It could be money, power, freedom, right? It could be some sort of benefit that we get from it. It could be something it unlocks for us. It could be a number of things. It depends how you want to solve it. Like in the, again, I don't want to, whore out my book, but it's not out yet. But in the Socialist Manifesto, and I'll put it on screen, um, it's based around X plus Y equals Z, and us humans getting to know our identity. What makes us tick? Why are we who we are? Why do we think the way we think? Why do we view things the way we do, our perception, our reality, the whole thing. And then what drives us, what motivates us, what we need to do when we interact with others to get a desired outcome, the Z. And the Z is the totality of our experience. But simply, X is our identity, Y is our purpose or our actions, and Z is the final outcome of those actions or that purpose being manifested. It creates our reality, our experience, right? It creates either the end point for that one little project, the end of the week, the end of the month, or the end of your life, whichever. It could be, it could be, how do you say, scaled, right? It could be X plus Y equals Z for today or tomorrow, X plus Y equals Z for the end of the month, for a particular relationship, for my drive at work, what motivates me, am I money motivated, things like that. What we're talking about here, and this is really good that you're asking these questions, and I'll ask a question to you in a second. We're talking about a man, because you made a comment, which I'm not trying to harp on it, but I'd say the same thing too. You say it's easy to identify the X. Well, the woman is telling him he's misidentifying her X. He's not realizing that the pain is in her X, not in her Y. He's thinking that the nail, even though it might be the cause of her pain, is her pain. And by removing the nail, he removes the pain. She's telling him, no, the pain is the experience that I'm getting out of this. And it's now inside of me. It's changing who I am because I can't get past it. It's that energy's built. It's swirling around me. I need to get that energy out. And you need to listen to it so I can feel better and just expel it and then deal with my Y. She's still stuck at X, trying to get to Y. He's already at Y saying, why are you still worried about X? I can fix your problem right now. She's like, no, you don't even know my problem. My problem, the Y is making my problem worse. Because
Okay, so
does that make sense?
if I can interrupt you for just one quick sec, her Z was to be heard and
Essentially.
understood. Okay,
Yeah, yes. Essentially that, yeah.
okay, that's her Z. That's what she
To
wanted.
get
That's what
that
she
energy out. She wants to get that energy out.
right.
Yeah.
She wanted that to be the outcome of her X
Her,
plus Y.
her experience. Yeah.
Right. So at this point, she is the X because she is the subject of um, that has the need
Yeah.
for the Z.
Do you know what her Y
So,
is?
and this is the part oh boy, I don't want to take too much time here to think about it, but her Y is let's see, so
Well, hold
it's
on. Let me
her.
stop you. Let me stop you. All right. If you now, no, before you do this, be the guy.
Mm,
According to the guy, what's her Y?
Her, according to the guy, you got a big ass nail in your head.
You got to remove the nail, right? So she's the
Yeah.
X, right? She's the X, right?
hmm
He thinks that her Y is to remove the nail, and then the Z will be she'll feel better.
hmm
Now think about it from her point of view.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is that they both had their own math problem there. I don't want to call it math problem, their own X plus Y. They both had their own. They didn't match. So he couldn't understand why she wouldn't want the nail out, and he couldn't understand why she just wanted to be heard. They had two different uh, uh, subjects, and two different Z's.
I'm going to simplify it. No, they had the same Z. No, 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 no.
No,
I'm
I don't.
gonna.
I don't think so.
Yes, they do. They
I
both want
don't.
to feel. They both want to feel better. She
Uh,
wants to feel better, and he thinks she wants to feel better. They're both right.
I think she wants to be heard, and he
Uh,
wants to want her. She wants her to. He wants her to feel better.
I said
She
it
wants to
wrong.
be heard.
I said it wrong. No, no, no. She wants to be heard and needs someone to hear her. That's her why. But
That's
she
her
want.
Z.
No, that's her.
That's the outcome that she wanted.
Yeah, she wants to feel better, and she thinks that if someone listens to me and I get my energy out, want my why. Her why is to get her energy out. She wants someone to listen to her. That's why. The Z's feeling better, that her experience changes. I said it wrong before. He also wants her to make her feel better. They both want the same outcome. The Z is the same, to make her feel better. Do you understand? The why, he thinks, oh, I'll just get the nail out of her head. She'll feel better. the Z will happen. She's saying, I need to talk to someone, get this energy out. Someone needs to listen to me. That's her why. He's trying to get the nail out. She wants him to listen to her. That's how she's going to feel better. Do you understand? She's not concerned. She could deal with the nail another time. The nail's irrelevant to her. It's causing pain and sorrow and a negative experience that she wants to get over. She feels like she can get over that if someone listens to her and empathizes with her, and she could get that energy out. He thinks that she'll feel better, the Z, by taking the nail out. But she feels alone. She feels like no one's listening to her. She feels neglected. I don't know. I'm not going to put words in her mouth. She feels, um, uh, what's the word here I'm looking for? Crap. Like she's being like minimized. Her situation's being minimized. And it's like, no, you don't understand it from my point of view. This is engulfing my whole life. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I feel crappy. I need to share this negative experience with someone so I know that someone understands where I'm coming from. I'm not making this up. And once he understands that she's not making it up and he listens to her, she goes, oh, thank God. Now I feel better. Now I could deal with my problem. Do you see the difference? He goes right to fix the problem. She wants to get her emotions out and know that someone can connect with her and understand what she's going through and feel better about it and then have the energy to go fix the problem. He's already trying to fix the problem. She tells him, you're trying to fix the problem. I need someone to connect with me, the X, understand why I'm feeling this way and get my energy out, or why her motivations to get her energy out and connect with someone so she doesn't feel like she's being minimized. She doesn't feel like she's the only one feeling this and she's crazy. Someone understands. She's, oh, okay. Now she's at Z. I feel better. Now I could go back to X and deal with the problem. He's already dealing with the problem and minimizing her feelings. That's the difference.
Mm.
Now do you see
Okay,
it?
so
He's X plus Y equals Z ahead of her. She's like, no, come back. You're not hearing me.
see, and if I may, and goodness, we always do this. Um, I don't think she was definitely X plus Y equals Z. I think he was X minus Y
You
equals
can't
Z.
minus Y. There's no minus
I
Y.
think so. I think so. Because in his, he wants her to feel better. That was his Z, to make her feel better.
Yeah.
The Y was the nail. So if he's the subject, that's the Y that is the nail. If you minus that, that's taking it out and making her
No, that's
feel
not how it
better.
works.
No?
No, that's not how it works.
Good try.
Even though it's a math equation, the equation never changes. It's always plus Y. You're adding an action. You can't take away an action. So removing a
Mm-hmm.
nail is an action. So the plus Y is the action.
Touche, touche,
You see what I'm
touche.
saying? You
Yeah.
brought that up on a thing, and listen,
Yeah,
these
we
are
spoke
great
about it briefly.
questions. These are great questions, and I'm glad no one's gonna hear this, but if they ever did or read my book one day, they'll understand exactly what you're saying is absolutely right. But don't overcomplicate the equation. It never changes.
Mm-hmm.
It's always plus. You have to add
Mm-hmm.
the action or the motivation or
Right,
even if it's taking something away, it has nothing to do with the plus. It's
right,
you
right.
have something, then think of it as time. You start with something, you go to another, and you end up somewhere else. It's steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3. X plus
Mm-hmm.
Y equals Z can also be said step 1 and then step 2 and step 3. But step 2 gets the 1 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're taking away or subtracting or multiplying, it's irrelevant. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You,
I guess I understand what you mean because again, the Y is the action.
it's the action. Even
So
if he's taken away
even
the nail, it's still
yeah,
you're doing an action. You see what I'm saying?
right, right,
You get
which
it.
is
You totally get
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Um, uh, I don't
Okay.
know because I heard it so many. You know, you told me so many times, and I read your book too. Which, by the way, I can't wait for it to come out. I think it's going to be.
One
I want to
day.
sign. I want a signed copy, and Jess wants a signed copy.
One day.
To our dearest friend.
Well, hey, you're in the forward, so you're in the acknowledgments, so and rightfully so. I'll get to it very soon. My goal is to get it out before the end of the year, before December of 2020, or before January of 2026. But it's 350 pages long, and I have to format it, and that's the boring part. So, but real quick, let me test you on this because this is a great example of why I love that equation, x plus y equals z. I call it the cheat code, and the cheat code meaning kind of like the cheat code in a video game. Like it helps you with every time I go to you, you're always sucking on that thing. But um it helps you unlock something or get you further or help to save time or whatever. So I call it the cheat code. And if we look at any given situation, what and the guy were to use my cheat code to understand the girl, he would have totally understood that he was off. He's not understanding her why, and he would need to clarify it and come out and say, he should have said, what is your goal here? How can I help you? What is it that, I understand your situation, I think, but tell me, what is it that you need me to do here? And listen, Frank, if I was good at what I just said, I wouldn't be divorced. You know what I'm saying? So, but he should have clarified and then said, okay, now I get it. She, the ex, needs someone to hear her, understand her situation, and that she's not crazy, not minimize it. That's her why. She needs to get that energy out and connect with someone to understand her situation. Then she'll feel better. Z. Then we start the equation again when she's ready, put her back at X, and then deal with the problem Y. You see what I'm saying? Like, if he had done that and clarified it, he wouldn't be a step ahead like most men, like we do. We go right to fixing the problem. They want to know that we understand the situation they're in, their experience
You know,
from the problem first. You see what I'm saying?
right? It's Did you ever watch Modern Family?
Yes.
Season 2, episode 17. And yes, I know this by heart because Modern Family helped me a lot when I
That
separated from my ex. It was a good laugh every freaking time. And the name of the episode is Two Monkeys and a Panda.
I'll have to look it up.
But
I don't
it
remember it.
is, it's Phil, the husband in the relationship with the three kids,
Hmm.
and he goes to a spa, and his wife calls him that she needs help with something, and he says, um, uh, "Oh well, don't do that. Just do this." And she's like freaking out over the phone, the wife, and they ended up hanging up. And all the women in the spa is just looking at him like, "You freaking idiot! Like you have no idea what you just did you?" And
That's funny.
a couple of scenes later, they break it down for him. They said, she doesn't want you to solve her problem. She wants you to hear the problem and give her the support she needs so she could solve it herself.
There you go.
And so it's like, for example, they give a couple of examples. Like, the wife will say, "Oh, that waiter was kind of rude." And he would say, "Oh, so instead of saying just order something out of the menu, just say, 'I know, what a jerk.'" And they were
Right.
like, "Yes." So at towards the end, the wife had a really big issue, several things, and instead of trying to fix the problem, he was just hearing her and said all the right things, and she surrendered to him. The acting was very good, by the way, as well.
Julie Bowen is one of my favorite actors. She's fabulous. She's so great.
Yeah,
I love her.
yeah,
But
it was so good. And she said, um, gives him a hug. She says, "Oh, I can't tell you how much I needed this." And all he did was said the minimum words, and I'm like, "Oh my God," like
But kid,
obviously,
we sound so like forward thinking and like how emotionally agile we are. We're modern Renaissance men. We're also both divorced. It's like we couldn't figure the shit. It's like, I mean, if I sound so like, again, no one's listening to this, but anyone listening to what I said before, they're like, wow, too bad he looks that way. Um, but he's so emotionally agile and and aware and stuff. Trust me, it's not that. It's easier to armchair quarterback a relationship after the fact, looking back, because let's be real. Now let's speak real to the men. You ready? Even if you play this game and the blitz is coming, you're like, oh God, do I audible out of this? No, I got to I know the blitz is coming. I just have to stay there and just take the hit and throw the ball. In other words, I know I'm going to help her take the nail out of her head. I know that's the end point. And I'm kind of, the game's coming on in a half hour. I hope she's real quick on her experience here. I'll listen, but damn it, come on, hurry up. I want the cornerback to commit. I need to get this ball out. I want to go see the game. How long is it going to take for her to, how many times have you known that you should have listened to your ex-wife or your ex-girlfriend or whatever? And you're like, I know, like, this is not new to us, kid. We know this. We're men. We're not stupid. We get this. But it's like, it's a patience thing. Is it not? Is it? Did I not
And
nail it? Hello.
yeah,
It's not. We know this.
and patience is like one of the very few things you can't buy. It's uh,
Now I got the attention of all the guys. They're like, okay, now they're speaking real. Now they're being
yeah.
real.
Yeah, just goodness, it's hard to say. How do you coach a man through, have patience with his wife and uh, Christ? But I don't know. What do you say?
Well, because here's the thing. There were times, I'll admit, where I didn't think of the X plus Y equals Z scenario, like I just told you. I was focusing on the metaphorical nail in the head. That's all I was focusing in on. I actually would forget about her experience and trying to empathize and say, basically, the way I'm taking it, again, I don't want to put words in my ex-wife's mouth or any woman's mouth. Essentially, my take is she wants to know that I'm in it with her and I'm identifying her acts fully. Her experience, I'm validating it. I'm telling her I get it. She's not crazy for thinking that way. Even though I'm not feeling her pain, I'm feeling her pain because I'm taking her energy from her, right? A lot of times I would forget that. And I would just kind of, in my own infinite wisdom, and I say that sarcastically, I would say, I'm listening for clues. I'm listening for like the analogy I gave before of the car. She's telling me, okay, she's got the key in the ignition. The engine's turning over. I wonder if there's oil in the car. I wonder if, and metaphorically speaking, I wonder if there's gas in the car. I wonder if she's, does she have the e-brake on? She says, and it's like, when it comes to a problem in her life, whether or not it's something at work or something at home with family or the way she, maybe it could be a physical thing. I'm listening for clues to try to fix it. Even though I know, or I think I should know, I should not be listening for clues. I should just be listening and not waiting to talk. And a lot of times I was waiting to talk. And when I
Yeah.
would say something, it was either I would get impatient or I would say, I already know what your problem is. I'd skip to the why. Do I have to finish the sentence? Like any guy that listens, no one's listening, will understand. And they might even say, well, then what's the fucking point of talking about it? 1 hour, 3 minutes in, I just said it for all men. What's the fucking point of talking about it if you don't want to fix it? Well, ladies, a minute 30, 103:33. Tell us men. I'll say it for you because it matters to me. That's why. And I just tingled saying that. That's what men don't get. It matters to them. So you need to make it matter to you. And if I had done that in my relationships, I wouldn't be in this fucking situation. And this is where we will probably end on this because now I'm kind of getting serious because it matters to her and it doesn't matter to me. I need to make it matter to me. And the way I do that is take her energy from her and suck it out of her like I'm a fucking emotional vacuum cleaner. And I fucking failed. And that's why I'm fucking divorced. Because I couldn't do that. I couldn't make her problem mine. That's why. That's why. Not because of a fucking equation. I couldn't make her problems mine. And instead I made mine hers because she was willing to make them hers. And I couldn't reciprocate. And that's why I fucked up. What say you about that?
Coño, mano. I'm hearing you. Every man that's freaking listening
Yeah,
to
man.
this, is like, they're like, yeah, she made my problems hers. I never made her problems mine. And it's a mistake that, we're human. Obviously, if we would have been more aware, we would have had more knowledge. If this podcast would have existed back then, perhaps we would have had a different perception to how to handle situations that make us feel um, uh, emotionally unbalanced, where we're losing our footing, so we either back off or shove it aside, not give it the attention that it requires, forgetting that we are speaking to our wives that we married and want to build our life and family with, and we drop the ball for the simplest of all things that regrettably we learn a little bit down the road is just listen, just shut up and
That's it.
listen. And Christ, I can't tell you how many times I'm guilty now, and I'll say it. How many times I say, I'm like, I could tell you everything you said word for word, and I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Like, you make no sense. I really want to understand, but I don't understand. And that was very insensitive, very passive, maybe even aggressive. All the things, the complete opposite of what she was looking for or expecting or hoping for. And, I blew it because of lack of patience. Um, it's it's a mistake that I carry with me, with so many others, and I intend to remind myself, because believe it or not, we will get there again. We're gonna be facing this again,
Yep.
and now with that experience, we vow to honor our future, give them what they need, because I
What
do
this
want to
is.
be, yeah, because I do want to be their Y and their Z,
Yeah, man.
um, so I think it's a realization, when you realize that, just right now I'm hearing you like this, and I'm like, wow, that was powerful, real, that was raw, and a reflection that I think is necessary for us to accept. And that's a heavy freaking load to carry. Um, but if we get a lesson out of it, at least that, because worse is, doing that shit over and over and over and over again, so this is, to a little bros in your 20s and, early 30s. If, you got your woman that you really like, see a future, you know, listen,
Listen.
listen.
Yeah.
And I said a little while ago, I'm like, oh my God, this woman is crazy. I have, I could, I understand the words that she's saying, but it makes no freaking sense. And all she wants to do is just talk and talk. And it's like, Damn, babe, yeah, that's true. Like, wow, you are so strong for maintaining something like that. Wow, thank you for sharing that with me. I really appreciate you sharing that with me. I love when we talk like this.
There you go.
It's very
I, l-
fulfilling for me.
I love when you make your problems mine.
Yeah. I know, ladies, we are not mocking you at all.
No,
We are not mocking you at all.
no,
This is something that I really, really want to implement because I don't want to break up again. I don't want to,
no,
give myself
no,
emotionally to go through the same thing. So
no.
um, that we just say it this way. So because I said it this way. I'm speaking for myself only. I've said it this way in the past, and yeah, there is some regret there on my end. And what could have been if I would have just been a little more patient. You know?
Well, we could woulda, coulda, shoulda all day long. I mean,
Yeah,
all night long. But I didn't expect to go there. To be honest with you, I didn't expect to have that emotional thing because I thought I'd stick with the funny, and all of a sudden I felt like my soul just vomited. Like I feel like I just vomited inside. Like I feel better letting that out because I built up, and I'm just like I gotta let this out.
I
I
was
just
gonna
can't.
ask you how do you feel now?
I feel amazing. I feel so much better because I don't think I've ever said, thank you, man. And I appreciate what you said was beautiful. I don't think I've ever said in any of our pods what I just said. That was a realization that
No,
came to me that I was shaking when I said it. Um, and I've never used that phrase before, like that phraseology. Like I never made her problem mine. And that to me, that's about as selfish as I could admit ever being. Or making her problem her my problem hers, like flipping it around to her, you know what I mean, kind
hmm,
of like making taking her problem and throwing it right back at her as opposed to taking it in. And listen, I'm not advocating and just sitting there and listening blindly and whatever to and have people complain. At some point in time you have to deal with the problem, right, Frank? We talk about
hmm,
that. It's one
yeah,
thing. Misery loves company. We've talked about that.
hmm,
There's a difference though between misery and empathy, right?
hmm,
And misery and listen to me, right? And I used to listen. For me was not talking until it's my turn to talk again, and sometimes I do that. But what really hit me just now is we're kind of talking through it and going through the equations, and I'm trying to explain to you, and it's coming back to me, and I'm thinking, holy shit, kid, you never made her problems yours. You know what I mean? Like in that empathetic way, that energy way, that you there was. I remember vividly saying, and I won't go into too much detail. God, you're always talking about work and your issues at work. You know what I mean? Like enough of work and not thinking, kid. No one's listening to her at work. She's hoping that at least her partner can listen to her at home.
yeah,
And I couldn't do that. I could not. It's the exact thing that happened to this nail guy. I
yeah,
could not. I was already trying to fix the problem or deal with my own issues. And I learned that lesson the hard way. And listen,
yeah,
everything in the universe happens for a reason. I talk about it in my
hmm,
book and we talk about it on this pod. But we have free will. It's not just everything's destiny. As I say in my book, destiny is half a circle. You must complete. We must complete that circle by having the willpower, the courage, and the faith that if I do my job and do everything right, when I get to that halfway point, it'll be the end point because my destiny, my fate will be there, will meet me there. There's no guarantees though. I need to do my job. I say it more in a more articulate way in the book, but my point being, you know, just because my fate was to have a divorce doesn't mean it should have ended or needed to end in divorce. I could have done better. There's more things, I won't go into detail, but let's just say things did happen for a reason. But to your point, and I'll let you end, I don't know how much time you want to go, but I know for my next relationship, I won't be perfect, but man, do I have one hell of a lesson that I've learned that I need to
yeah.
execute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and that I think at the end, Rick, though the consequences of our behavior pushed us in a different direction, and all the consequences that followed with that. Um, I think today, we could look at ourselves. We could talk about it. This is how hard it is to admit something like that, bro.
Oh my God. I mean,
That
shit.
is, I mean, the way you said that came out with thunder.
That
You know what I'm
hurt.
saying? Like like this was shaking. There was a lot of bass in it. It was. I wait till you hear this back.
I'm
The
scared to, but I'm
pain.
gonna be honest. I'm scared to hear it back. This is one of the few episodes that I'm gonna be like, I can't listen back to it. It's
Uh,
gonna be tough.
but I think is important is look, it was a like you released pressure, you released an energy that you carried for a while, perhaps in the back of your mind you had that there subconsciously and couldn't bring yourself to admit it, and you said it out loud and here, and you know how we had the connections, we almost didn't connect and everything. Man, am I happy we were able to connect, because I don't think this would have happened any other day. This is our 30th or so
Yeah,
recording,
yeah,
and you like this is the most I've seen from you, like by far.
yeah. I needed
And
that.
number one, it takes a big man. It takes a matured man to say, you know what, I accept responsibility for this. This is messed up, but I did learn from it, and accept the consequences. Still dealing with it, and I'm gonna move forward. I'm gonna be better, because at the end, all we want to do is just be better. At least try to be better. And way to go, man. I'm so happy we were able to connect today. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm not gonna lie. When it was like 9 o'clock and my time, and you said, "Oh, I'm back up," I was in my underwear. I was laying down. I'm watching the game. Everything's turned off. I'm like, "Oh fuck, do I really want to do this right now?" I'm like, you know what? Like, yeah, fuck. We both should talk. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm not feeling it today. All these excuses, because what we're doing is therapy. Let's be honest,
Yeah,
right? Hey,
yeah.
what did I call it? Can you remind me? Because I said something about like getting our hour of was a therapy workout or getting our work. There was a way I said it. I forget. Damn it. About
Yeah,
we have to work out our souls or something. We have to get our
yeah.
workout in. And I almost didn't get, like, today was leg day. Like, I almost skipped leg day today. So leg day. I'm not like, and you're like, no, no, no. You're like, no, we're gonna do this today. I'm like, shit. And
Yeah,
I just did a personal best on hack squats. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's
for
like,
real. Yeah,
thanks, guys.
but a little
But man,
extra
oh,
weight.
I feel like I can't. I'm gonna have to go out and have a smoke. I mean, I don't do that, but oh, but man, I feel better. But
Good.
whew, but it's what you said, kid. Like, and I love the fact that we went through the equation. And you asked the questions you did, and you said, no, no, it's this way and this. And I'm trying to say, no, no, no. We got to keep it simple. It's just there's layers to the equation.
Hmm.
There's x plus y equals z, and x plus y equals z, and x plus y equals. There's steps to it. There's layers, and we as men, and I think we gave some good examples of that. We're already a step ahead, and they're like, no, 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 come back to x, come back to us, to me, us. I need to share something with you, literally some energy that you need to take from me, pull it away from me before you take this nail out of my head or help me with it. The analogy has run its course, but um one of the things that I'll take, not just from this episode, but just from us talking over the last 9 months, birthing a baby of a podcast from it, is that it's not just good enough to listen. You have to know what kind of energy you're taking, right? It's words are just they're just grunts, right? Oh, hey, eh. And then when men don't listen like we do, they might as well be grunts. It's her sharing energy with us. We need to make sense of that energy, but at least first we got to take it from her. And when like you said, the patience isn't there. We ain't taking shit. We're listening, but we ain't taking. You know what I mean? We're not taking the energy, but so, but send us out, man. I think I need to go out for a smoke, man. I feel like I feel good, but I have got a weird kind of a weird feeling like my chest was all tight and now it's loose. I feel like I feel good, but
Oh
it's
my
like,
God, I wish I was there with you, man.
oh, like I feel
I
like,
wish
whew,
I was there with you.
it's
No,
crazy.
my girl always says, she said, she always called this our therapy session. She said, you're
Yeah,
doing a podcast, but I love to see you after you do a pod because you are like you're different. She's referring to me like she's saying I'm different after a pod, and I we didn't do one for a couple of months there, and then we just started not too long ago, and I felt that I was like, yeah, and then I started watching our some of the original ones and binge watching them.
yeah,
Um, and I was like, you know what? I remember that day. I remember when I said that, and goodness, all the times my voice cracked while
yeah,
discussing something, and like I want to get back to that, because look, to be, I think it was just last year, this date last year. I don't know if it was the 28th, 29th, or 30th, but that's when I moved out of my house.
yeah.
From
Wow.
Yeah, just last year.
Shit. We're gonna be doing a lot
Uh,
of anniversaries in the next few months. The 1 year of this, one
yes,
year of that. Actually,
yeah.
um, I'm gonna share this off screen. I don't want to say it, but October 1st is a very bad anniversary for me.
Mm.
Let's just say I nearly spent the night someplace I didn't want to spend. If someone didn't help me get out, wink, wink.
Mm.
I'll tell you after. Yeah, when I
Yeah.
violated a little something, something. That's October 1st. That's a few days from now. I can't believe it's a year's
Wow.
passed.
Coño.
I don't know if you know what I'm
Bueno,
talking about, but I'll tell you
I
after.
think I do.
Yeah, yeah,
I think you told me. Yeah, I believe I remember
yeah, yeah,
something. Yeah. Pero nada, let's see. So our next couple episodes, we're gonna meet on Tuesday. We're going to we don't want to plan this. We normally just shoot our shot and
Oh, you don't think I
uh,
planned this emotional vomit that I just did? No, that's right. Oh, hold on, I have it here on the sheet. It's right here. It's like, wait till the hour mark and then have an emotional moment like you've never had before in your life, and this epiphany in front of everybody that no one's listening. But go on.
remember I said we're gonna try to do two a week, Tuesdays and Fridays, and I figured my girl was telling me, she said, you guys been talking a lot about politics. I don't
Yep.
understand it too much and everything, but when you talk about relationships and the way you feel, that you could see on camera your genuine selves, she said, there's nothing more touching and relatable to that, especially to women that don't see men that way, men that are in a position that they feel vulnerable, but they got the machismo that they just can't show it. Um, Versus the politics where it's mostly negative. So I figured maybe we could do half and half. Maybe Tuesdays a little politics, Fridays we're going deep. We're going to see what else is tucked in this trunk of a frame that needs to come out to continue to be the best versions of ourselves. Because I'm still on that bus, bro.
Yeah, man, we're both on that bus. Just we try not to be under it. But wait till she hears this one. Wait till she hears this one. I'm
Yeah.
eager to hear. I'm gonna try to post this tomorrow. But
When you chop this up, bro. When
yeah,
you chop that part up.
I'm gonna feel chopped up.
It's already out now. Now maybe a couple of aftershocks, but it's going to be what's the word I'm looking for? Not reassuring. It's going to be empowering because
Yeah,
it does take a man, a modern Renaissance man, to
there you go.
just say that.
Well,
So
listen,
way to
listen.
go.
You created a space where I could feel that strength in vulnerability or something. We said something along the lines of that, but you allowed that space to happen for me to get me there on my own with your help. So I appreciate deeply that. Whether or not anyone will listen to it, who knows? But maybe my future girl one day will listen to it and go, "Hey, I could deal with this now."
She's gonna be like, "Oh, I never seen you with your sunglasses off."
Good, good. Let's turn the lights off, baby. I have to. I'm like, but well, send us out, man, because I'm not kidding. I need to go. I have a little quick smoke because I'm just,
I
and
get you.
I'm
I
sure
wish I
that
was.
I'm sure there's a lady like one day will listen to this. Oh, he smokes. Well, I won't smoke if you're around. So come find me. Come find me. Come find me. I'll stop smoking my little cigarellos. But take us out, my man. What do you got to put a bow on this?
All right. Well, I just want to say that I'm very happy and thankful that we were able to connect. My internet's been in and out the entire freaking day today. I haven't been able to watch much of football today, but
You didn't miss much.
well, yeah, but I do give a lot of glory to God because He kept the internet at this time to connect with my man to get some energy out, and I'm so happy we did, bro. Is.
Same here. Everything happens for a reason, and now we know what that reason is. Now
Yeah,
the value that you and I both can share is hoping someone else can take this energy and maybe pass it on. That's really it.
yeah, yeah,
So that's it, man. So listen, I'm gonna let you be. I actually have to pee, and then I'm gonna go have a C outside.
yeah.
But man, God bless you, man. Thank you for making me do this. I needed that, and I didn't even know I did. But the next one, let's get back to. There's some other. I'm not even going to talk about what's happened in the
Yeah,
new.
no,
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 no, no, no,
no.
no, 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 no. We'll talk about
We'll be
that on
back in a couple
Tuesday.
days. Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, listen, kid, you have an amazing night. Go ahead and enjoy your lady. Let her know she's going to have to listen to this pod. So
Yeah.
I want to hear what she thinks about it. So I'll post it as soon as I can.
All right, sounds good, brother.
All right, man. I'll see you. God
Have a good
bless you, man.
have a good
Love you.
night. Good night,
Love you.
everyone. What is it? Wait, like, subscribe, alert. What is it called? Like, subscribe.
You know what?
We're amateurs, guys.
If they're listening this long, they've already done all of that. So God bless them. So,
Yeah.
all right, man. Love you. I'll talk to you soon.
Love you too, brother. Take it easy.
See you later.
You don't love me the way I love you. No, no. Are you listening to me? No. I'm a man. We can't listen. We wait for our turn to fix it. Let's pretend that's what you said. 'Cause I hear what you're saying. Would it even matter? 'Cause you're not listening anyways. No, no. Why won't you just listen to me and sit there quietly? Just listen. Don't try to fix me. Just listen. I know I'm singing a dark melody. If you had just listened intently, then maybe you could have saved me. We are both energy, but our frequencies move differently. We are family. Our blood bleeds thick, 'cause the soul